Okay. What's going on, y'all? This Quiet Storm. I'm here with my dude, Perry. We up here at
We're up here on Brook Park. It's 5350 Smith Road. This is my kind of personal private race shop that I do work also for other customers when they need something done. I mainly specialize in the older Japanese motorcycles, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, 2000s. They're getting to be 20 years old now. You know, Hayabusas, ZX12s, ZX14s, or we get into the older Honda, the CB900F, CB1100F, the ZRX 1100 Kawasaki's. We've got GPZ 1100 Kawasaki from 1983. We've got a 1984 GPZ 750 Turbo Kawasaki, which I'm doing work on. And these are both early fuel injected bikes. And then up on the lift over there, we have a 2000 ZX12R, which is from 2000, which all of a sudden became 26 years old somehow. The guy left it sit for 8 years. You don't want to do that. It costs you lots of money to go and fix that. Here's a picture of a fuel pump. That's after it's been cleaned. That thing was pure rust. So I got it where I can at least use the plate. I've got a new fuel pump. I got a new fuel filter. We're going to try to rebuild this because these parts are not available anymore from Kawasaki. I've already got cleaned injectors. As you see, the throttle bodies and everything are out of it. I'm also doing the cam cover gasket, which I just got the parts from Kawasaki today. We've got a 1976 Honda CB750F, which is a very rare motorcycle. They only made them 3 years, 76, 77, 78. This is getting brake work also. This was restoration done in another shop somewhere that some of the stuff obviously wasn't done right. That's why it's here, for me to take care of and address it correctly. In the background here are some of my personal race bikes. There's a turbocharged Hayabusa. There's a 1581cc ZX14R. We have a Kawasaki Pro Stock KZ based engine drag bike. This has got I believe like a 1580cc engine in it. We got a couple of my pit bikes, a couple of my Groms. This is a bike that I'm going to restore for a family friend here when wintertime comes. This is one of the Harley race bikes I built for a customer. We've got a little bit of everything over here we do. I've been doing this for 35, 36 years professionally. I mean, I've been riding since I was 4. I've been turning wrenches since I was, I don't know, about 7, 8. I was a little kid, so I've been doing it for a long time. I try to do everybody's motorcycle just like it's my own. That's the only way to do it. I see some things that other people do that I can't explain. It's not done correctly. And the sad part of that is people spend good money to have their bikes worked on, and it's done wrong. Or a big problem today with a lot of these Japanese motorcycles are you can't get good quality parts. Even for me, that's a problem sometimes. A lot of these parts are coming from China, and I don't make the part. I can only put it in as good as it can be. So I try to get OEM parts when we can, or try to get parts that come from Japan, not China. Big difference. Some of the stuff, and then the other big thing nowadays is the import fees you got to watch. With somebody like we bought oil cooler lines for that GPZ 750 turbo bike. They were for sale on eBay for $550 plus tax, and then all of a sudden there was an import fee of like almost $200. So wow. That came out of nowhere.
Right.
Nobody expected that.
Yeah.
So sometimes you get some big surprises.
Okay.
Here we got that's a Hayabusa motor. Their customer blew up. Number 3 rod came out of it. You can see there's a big hole in the cases. Kind of missing something. Here's a 1428 KZ turbo motor that came out of one of my funny bikes. We got a couple Harley motors over here. That's a 124 cubic inch motor. That's a 95 cubic inch motor. And the one with the chrome cuts is the stock 88. There's my turbocharged Harley, which is kind of being a parts holder right now. I got parts from other bikes sitting on it, right. Off the floor.
Right.
Back here we've got another one of my 14s. This technically back here is really my race shop, which is it's a disaster area, but that's the problem when you're working all the time. I just got this bike. I took this in on trade I just did another ZX14 bike for a customer, and he had this bike that he took all apart to have the frame repainted and the body work done, and basically he had to sell this to finish paying me off what he owed me. So I took it in on trade. I'll finish it because he would have had to pay me to finish it anyways.
Right.
I figured this way I can get it moving along a little faster so I can get my money back.
Right.
Another Harley race bike there. You know, we got a little bit of everything around here, like I said. So that's actually the motor that's going to go on the Pro Stock bike there. It's on the engine stand. That's another one of them big KZ motors that's ready to go.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, you know, I can do anything from mild to wild. So, you know, tire machines back there. I got a Snap-on wheel balancer.
So what's this right here?
This is a ZX14. This has a 2mm over piston kit in it, naturally aspirated. Has a slider clutch with a slider rider. This is basically set up to go bracket racing. This bike has been low 920s or something already. Now what I did is this bike was running and I just took it all apart to do what they call a fuel tech ignition system.
Okay.
So everything's in one box now instead of having all these separate components. And it also took the wiring harness and cut it way down. So I got rid of all the big stock factory wiring harness.
Right.
And now we're doing all just, so if you look over here, I'll show this is the wiring harness for the whole bike now. That's it right there.
Wow.
Instead of having a big old, matter of fact, the wiring harness is over there on that silver teardown bench. You see all them wires?
Right, yeah,
That's
yeah.
the original wiring harness.
Oh,
You know, big old heavy thing.
right.
Yeah, we save a bunch of weight by doing that. I actually just got some shortened forks too that I'm about to change these. These are stock length with a strap. I've got forks that are internally shortened now to lower the bike and get it lower to the ground.
Right.
You know, that's the purpose of the Sidewinder and the flat oil pan is to get these bikes as low as you can. The lower you can get them, the more you get them out of the wind, the easier, the faster they go.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and then because I ain't no little guy, so I gotta make it up somehow.
Right. Right. Yeah.
I've always been that way though. I've been a big guy, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
But
This is gonna look good
anybody
when you
need any
finish
kind
it.
of work done, you know, let me know. My number's 440-319-2369. Give me a call. That's my cell number. If I don't answer, leave me a message. I will get back to you. Sometimes I'm either hands are deep into something I can't answer my phone, or I'm running a bike I can't hear it, or I might even be on a test ride. You know what I mean? Because unfortunately, that's one of the downfalls of this job. I have to go ride motorcycles.
What's going on next door? Can we go next door and?
You can go next door. That's a whole different operation over there. All they do next door is Harley Davidson.
Right.
So,
Right.
you know, which I also do Harley Davidsons.
You think he'll mind?
No, I don't think so. You can go over there and do a separate video with them over there.
I mean, you want to go over there and ask him? I don't just want to go over there and.
Yeah, we can go over and ask them. I'm
Yeah,
sure they'll
yeah.
do it. Jimmy will do something with you. I don't foresee that being an issue. Anytime anybody can get some kind of publicity, it helps. You know what I mean? You know, people just don't know where we're at.
Right.
It's-
Right, and I'm trying to build up my channel.
Sure. That's my everyday ride that I never ride.
This is beautiful.
I've only got to ride it twice this whole year. And
That's it?
It's almost Labor Day. Where does summer go? You know what I mean?
Summer
I haven't
just
rode at all.
vanished. Right.
So, but that's what happens when you're busy working on it.
Right.
Working, or I've been racing a little bit, so
Yeah.
haven't raced as much as I'd wanted to either. But,
Right.
you know, the cost of everything today is just astronomical. So,
Exactly.
you know, I just went, I paid $4.50 a gallon for fuel in the truck the other day. $100 in fuel to go to the track and back. It was gone. All that fuel.
That's crazy.
You know, and then the race fuel that I run is $100 for 5 gallons. Yeah.
Whoa.
So, you know, I went through a couple of gallons of that the other day.
Right.
Like that's Jimmy's personal bike there that he rides. Actually this is a Road King.
That's what I got.
This was a Road King that was converted to a Road Glide.
Okay. I got a Road King.
So you can actually buy all this in the aftermarket bolted on. That's why you still see the gauges and everything here.
Right.
That's a Road King.
Yeah.
And then you buy this I think Dirty Birds or Angry Birds or somebody makes that. You'd have to ask him. That's not not my specialty with that.
Right.
But, yeah, you can come in here. I mean, they do a lot of custom builds. You know, they do some vintage stuff. They've got, you know, a little bit of everything. So